Dear students and viewers, welcome to DCE Digital Learning Program organized by Department of Collegiate Education, Bangalore. So, in this video, we will be discussing about the topic that is radiation and lasers. In that, we are going to discuss session 39. Here in this video, the concepts include Wien's distribution law and Rayleigh-Jeans law. So the session outcomes, if we see, after the completion of the session, the students will be able to understand Wien's distribution law and Rayleigh-Jeans law and limitations of both the laws. In order to understand the main topics, we require one basic thing, that is Wien's displacement law. We already discussed in the last session that there is a black body which absorbs all the radiations incident on it, and at the same time whose temperature is increasing, it emits radiations out, and the radiations consisting of different wavelengths. And when we plot a graph of energy density versus wavelength values, we get different curves at different temperatures of the black body. And after the discussion of the experimental results, we found one important result, that is called Wien's displacement law. In the graph we already discussed, and we observed one thing, that there is a particular wavelength for a particular temperature of the black body whose intensity is maximum. That gives you one relation, that the maximum value lambda for a particular wavelength, always the lambda is proportional to inverse of the temperature of the black body. That is the important result, that is Wien's displacement law. And lambda m into t, the product of the two values gives you a constant. It is called a Wien's constant, whose value you can see here, it is 2.89 into 10 power minus 3 meter Kelvin. So this is about the basic thing, that is Wien's displacement law, which we want to discuss further. Further, Wien, a scientist, also showed that the energy value for the lambda m wavelength value for a particular temperature T, there is one more relation, that e power m into t power minus 5 is the constant. That means that in another way, e power m is proportional to t power 5. That means to say that the maximum energy value corresponding to maximum wavelength value lambda m is always proportional to fifth power of the absolute temperature of the black body. So in case of Wien's displacement law, we get information about the wavelength and the absolute temperature. And here, in the case of Wien's distribution law, we are getting the result that gives you the relation between maximum value of energy in relation to the absolute temperature maintained for the black body. So it results that e power m, em is proportional to t power 5. M corresponds to maximum value. If we take the prefix m and put lambda to the in that place, it becomes e lambda. Lambda is e lambda means the maximum value of energy for the particular wavelength lambda. It gives you the relation that e power lambda into t power minus 5 is the constant. So it is the another way of telling Wien's distribution law. That's all. So there is one simple definition that maximum emissive power of the black body, that is e power m, for the wavelength lambda m is directly proportional to fifth power of its absolute temperature. Laws 1 and 2, that is Wien's displacement law and Wien's distribution law we discussed, are known as Wien's laws combinedly, and the scientist Wien combined together the two laws into one general relation that you can see here. It is E lambda is equal to C into lambda power minus 5 into F of lambda T, where E lambda is the energy of radiation of wavelength lambda and F of lambda T is the function of the two variables, that is lambda and T, and C is the constant of proportionality. So we are getting one statement, one general statement for the Wien's distribution law, that the energy of radiation in the wavelength range between lambda and lambda plus d lambda is given by E nu d nu, or we can say E lambda d lambda, that is equal to C1 divided by lambda power 5 into exponential of minus C2 by lambda T. C1 and C2 are constants particularly. So this is the result that I am going to give you directly without any derivation, and it results that, or it agrees well with the short wavelengths. For the short wavelength region, for the wavelength values whose for the small wavelength values, Wien's distribution law agrees well with the experimental curves. But for large wavelengths, the values given by using Wien's distribution law are less than the experimental values. So Wien's distribution law agrees well with the low value of wavelengths and doesn't agree with the high values of wavelength. That is one disadvantage of Wien's distribution law in explaining the black body radiation curves. And next comes the Rayleigh-Jeans law. It is also called classical law. Only classical theory they considered classical theory of physics for the explanation of black body radiations, and here they assumed that the radiation in the cavity exists, the black body radiations, in the form of stationary waves between the walls of the black body. Those stationary waves can be of several modes. The frequencies corresponding to different modes will be different. As the mode is changing, frequency is changing. So first thing is they considered the black body radiations are nothing but stationary waves between the walls of the black body, and they are of several modes, and they calculated the number of modes between two wavelengths, that is two frequencies, that is nu and nu plus d nu. That number is n, that is equal to 8 pi nu square d lambda by c cube per unit volume. They calculated. This is equation 1, say. And they assumed also that classically the average kinetic energy per degree of freedom of any system in thermal equilibrium with a particular temperature T is given by half kT always. Classical theory gives you that value. If you maintain any system to a particular temperature T, each degree of freedom takes out half kT value of energy. And they assumed the values, they considered the same thing and applied to the black body case. Here for the black body there are number of modes of vibration. Each mode each mode the frequency is different. So in that case there are number of frequencies, and they assumed that for each mode of vibration it takes half kT value. then the energy of radiation lying in the frequency range nu and nu plus d nu is given by E nu into d nu, that is equal to product of three terms. Here one is 2 into 8 pi nu square d nu by c cube into half kt, where 8 pi nu square d nu by c cube is the thing that this is the number of modes of vibration between the two frequency values, that is nu and nu plus d nu, and half kt is the energy for each degree of freedom. For the time being it is for each mode, and here 2 comes, it is because of two states of polarization. For each mode there are two states of polarization, one is perpendicular, one is along the wave propagation. So 2 is included in the equation, that is, so equation finally 3 gives the energy of radiation lying in the frequency range nu and nu plus d nu. And we have one general relation that nu is equal to c by lambda, where c is the velocity of the wave, nu is the frequency, lambda is the wavelength. We require the relation to convert the frequency, the equation in terms of frequency to the 2 in terms of wavelength. So finally an equation it results that E nu into d nu is equal to 8 pi kt by lambda power 4 into d lambda. So this is about the energy of radiation in the range, where k is the Boltzmann constant and T is the absolute temperature for the black body. And here also, as in same as that in the Wien's distribution law, Rayleigh-Jean's law agrees well with the high wavelength values, but fails to account for the short wavelengths of the radiation. So Rayleigh-Jean's law is applicable only for longer wavelengths and fails to gives the result about results for the black body radiation in the short wavelengths. So this is one drawback of Rayleigh-Jean's law. There is one more interesting topic, that is ultraviolet catastrophe. Classical theory, that is Rayleigh-Jean's law, didn't match with the experimental data. For high wavelength values you can get the same result or same type curve as that of the experimental curve, but at short wavelengths experiment showed no energy. It is not applicable for the short wavelengths. This contradiction is named as ultraviolet catastrophe. So there is one picture that you can observe. It is plotted radiation versus wavelength, that is radiation density for different wavelengths. You can observe the ultraviolet catastrophe that Rayleigh-Jean's law is applicable for high wavelength values. For high wavelength values, Rayleigh-Jean's law curve matches with the experimental curve you can observe at longer wavelengths values. But as the wavelength values are decreasing, it results the infinite value, so which is not true according to when we observe the experimental curve. So this is the drawback, and particularly called ultraviolet catastrophe. So this is about the session, and let us discuss some multiple choice questions. First one is Rayleigh-Jean's law of radiation applied to short wavelengths, B applied to longer wavelengths, C applied to all wavelengths, D none of the above. Rayleigh-Jean's law is applied to longer wavelengths, that is B. Wien's distribution law of radiation applied to shorter wavelengths, applied to longer wavelengths, applied to all the wavelengths, D none of the above. Wien's distribution law is applicable only for shorter wavelengths of radiation, that is A. The Earth radiates in the infrared region of the spectrum. The spectrum is correctly given by Wien's law, Rayleigh's law, Planck's law of radiation, and Stephen's law. The answer is Planck's law of radiation that we will be discussing in the next section. Sorry. And finally, for further details, you go through with these two books, that is Modern Physics by G. Aruldas and Introduction to Modern Physics by Arthur Weiser. Thank you.